Valentine's Day gift for your significant other. After all, books last longer than flowers and are better for you than chocolate. The friendly staff at Next Chapter Booksellers are great at making personal recommendations no matter the taste of your special someone. Plus, they have beautiful cards to add a little something to your gift. So sweeten this year's Valentine's Day with something thoughtful from Next Chapter Booksellers off Snelling and Grand in St. Paul. More at nextchapterbooksellers.com.
Hi, everybody out there in AM 950 Radio Land. This is Paul Metza telling you about a great new show we have this weekend with Mr. Willie Wisely. Willie is a longtime musician, songwriter, and performer from the Twin Cities. Spent time in California, lived in Laurel Canyon, has done a little acting. Has a big show coming up on Valentine's Day at the Renata Theater in Uptown Minneapolis. The show airs this Saturday night at 6 p.m. on AM 950.
There are things that we experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in a corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us, share your story, share your evidence, because this isn't just your story, this is our story. This is GhostBox Radio.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every week we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, or just the unusual. My name is Greg Bakun, and thank you very much for joining me today. So, Adam, there's apparently some game that is happening today that it's like supposed to be big, super.
I was watching the Puppy Bowl.
Well,
and that's the only reason I know that there's this other big game-ish thing going on, because that's the same time Puppy Bowl is on.
Your Puppy Bowl material. And I mean that in a good way. I mean,
after my team won that big game about 10 or 11 years ago, the team from Indianapolis, after they won the big game, I quit caring about this big game and started watching Puppy Bowl from here on out.
Am I going to bankrupt the station if I say the word Super Bowl? I mean, is that a litigious complication, taking two words that are not something you can really put any legalese to, but yet they do?
Only when CBS holds it. I swear to you, only when CBS holds it do they get really into nobody else saying it.
That's crazy.
NBC, Fox, they seem to not care. But it always seems to be CBS. Whenever they carry it, they get very didactic about who can actually say it.
Well, when this show's done, I guarantee I'm going to look up didactic, and I will definitely have that feeling of angst that you're giving off right now.
That's because I was a sports director the last time it was held on CBS, and I did not like it.
Now, if they were apoplectic, then that would be something I'd be very interested in.
There we go. Yeah, that's a good way to.
So today I spent the first part of the day, about 3 hours worth, doing an interview with somebody in the UK. And so I feel like my voice is all ready to go. It's it's primed and ready, Adam.
Well, as long as you don't start using British slang that can get this station in trouble outside of the Super Bowl, I think we're good.
Well, I took the lift to come down. There's no elevators here. Nice. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a great day today. One of the things I love doing is bringing on very gifted, wonderful people who are mediums, and that they they share the gift. They don't have to do this. They share their gifts, and gives us time to be able to get one question readings. And I'm really excited about this. I've known DeEtte for quite some time, and DeEtte is an acclaimed psychic medium who serves international clientele. From early on in her life, she was able to sense spirits around her. In 2016, she was humbled to have the opportunity and honor to earn her certification as a psychic medium by world-renowned celebrity psychic medium Lisa Williams. DeEtte is the host of 2 weekly WLTK DB shows, Schooled Through Spirit and Unfiltered. We'll be talking about those. To watch these shows and learn more about their content and topics, visit WLTKDB.com, and you can learn more about DeEtte or contact her through DeEtteRanae.com. That's DeEtte and RANAE.com. We'll be going through that throughout the show. And we're thrilled to be doing one question readings with DeEtte today. So get your questions in now, please. DeEtte, welcome to GhostBox Radio.
Hey, Greg, how are you doing?
Oh,
Thank you for having me.
Oh gosh, thank you very much for coming on. It's been so much fun the last couple of weeks, and I've been waiting for this show for a while. It's been a while since you and I spoke, so I'm really excited to have you on today.
Yeah, it feels like it was taking forever to get here.
Well, and we're going to talk about how busy you've been, so it probably doesn't really feel like that long. Before we get started, though, I'd like to invite all of our listeners to join into the conversation. To do so, call in to get a one-question reading from DeEtte live on the air. Call 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205, or email us a comment or question. The email address for the station is comment@am950radio.com. We are live on AM 950 Radio, but also streaming video on the following Facebook pages. You can watch us on AM 950, Things Network, MN Ghostbox, Free Spirited Network, and we are on RU Media and Temple of Phoenix Rising. So please go there, like those pages. Feel free to leave a question there for DeEtte that we can ask. The purpose of the readings is meant to be in a light tone. Please do not ask questions needing mediumship. Well, let's not get into politics, medical, or legal. Please keep it to relationships, love, money, new jobs, general readings, whatever. There's plenty you can ask. But DeEtte, I got a question for you that might kind of go into possibly political, though it's not meant to be. Okay, I kind of warned you. I'm going to ask this ahead of time. Okay, so over the past 2 weeks, especially the last 3 days, we have been seeing a lot of unidentified objects that are entering into U.S. space and also Canada. One was just taken down today. I am seeing a lot of people online in our field be like, we're not getting the whole truth. We think that they actually might be alien induced, might be some sort of UAP. I'm just curious if you have any thoughts on that.
Oh boy, I just actually seen the one earlier. I think it was over Huron.
Yes,
I think is where it was. I
absolutely.
can't remember where I seen it, and I actually only gave it about 10 seconds of thought when I seen it and looked over it. But I do believe, especially when you're looking over the last, like year and a half, 2 years, where they've been releasing more information. I think this is the government's way of really easing us into stuff without being like a total just
paranoid
chaos everywhere. Yeah, paranoid and chaos and whatnot. And I think the government really has to ease us into things because of the way our nature of our minds work. We have, as close as I think Star Wars and Star Trek might be close, to the truth of the matter on a lot of aspects. I don't think we're ready as a populace for a lot of that to hit us quite yet. So I think it's the government's way of doing it.
I think that's a very astute answer. And, the one thing that I remember, and you may remember, DeEtte, about over a year ago, maybe almost 2 years ago now, there was that report that Congress had that they had commissioned. And I had always wondered if that was also kind of the start in a way of like what you just said, easing us into that.
Yeah. Well, I think when the government looks at it, things could have been blown open, 70 years ago, when this really came to light and Route 66 happened and all that. Instead, I think the government just decided to bury a lot. And I think in hindsight, they're looking back going, oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Maybe we should have just let the truth be what it is. And now they have to come out for what it is. And I think if anybody sat back and said that, we don't have aliens among us or, other intelligent, beings in the universe with us, I think we'd be wrong in stating that. And I do believe they're here. I'm not going to go as far as say as Michael Jackson or Elvis being, alien, but I do believe I think we have a lot of different intelligent life around us that maybe we're not quite giving attention to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I kind of sprung it on you, and I really appreciate that. And I think, it's a very astute, very wonderful response to that. And I greatly appreciate it. I'm currently myself on a alien kick. I'm just really interested in that sort of thing. When you are because you get a lot of energy into, you get a lot of voices that come to you. Do you consider anything that you are picking up to be what we would consider alien in nature?
You know, God, that's like a double-edged sword if
Sure.
you really think about it.
Yeah.
Only because when you're looking at our work, you know, and not just mediumship, but all paranormal, all paranormal, which is just anything that's not normal. You know, what I might get in is, say, a loved one that's crossed over, which is just one energy level over. But I might be, if I'm going through a haunted house, I might, or a place that's, got some extra energy going on, I might be looking at different dimensions. So for me to say that aliens are not there or different people are not speaking, I think that would be another thing that I can't rule out.
Right. No, and I certainly come to that question more along the lines of that they definitely are there. That wasn't really meant to be a question of do you believe or do you think, but more of like, is that been any energy that you've personally run into, really?
I have not so far at all, but I'm not going to say that it won't be there, just because I do tend to put myself in those places that they might be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Now, we kind of alluded to at the top of the program that, you said it was kind of a long time to get you here because we talked about you being on the show way back in, I think December or something like that. But you have been very busy.
I have been, yes, and getting busier.
Yeah. You're everywhere.
Yeah. I try really hard. Yeah. It's a far cry from what it was when me and you first met.
It is. What happened? What happened? What happened? And I'm going to be very honest, DeEtte. I'm asking for a friend, which is me, because I'm curious. It's like, it's cool to, it's not about fame, but it's about being able to tell the story, be able to help and take your culmination of what you've learned over the years and be able to push that back out. And you're going to a lot of different locations, a lot of different paracons and stuff.
Yeah. I this year I'm just so fortunate to be, also on like the guest panels, and speakers at a lot of larger convention, which is just in my world, I'm like so honored for that. But honestly, I think like when I started out, I think I wanted to be like anybody else. I wanted to make a name for myself, so I was going to all these different smaller events. And then it really kind of went from making a name for myself to, wow, I'm really able to kind of show up and be there for other people.
Yes.
And then I realized if I just kind of let go of this whole idea, I want to help. And really that's my nature is I just want to help. I want to be there for spirit. I want to be there for people. It really just kind of opened up my world. And it did move me into the paracons. It moved me into, paranormal investigations, which is also something I never expected. Yeah. So.
And that's a lot of stuff too I want to talk about later in the show. So let's do this. Let's take our first break. When we come back, we got some folks that are ready for some readings. We're going to just have a good time with Psychic Medium DeEtte Ranae. Get your questions in. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Eat Local Minnesota is a great way to find locally owned Minnesota restaurants and food purveyors. You'll find high-quality food and unique eating experiences with dishes from around the world. Just visit eatlocalminnesota.com for your next meal. Come visit the award-winning Hazel's Northeast in Minneapolis for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or weekend brunch. For breakfast, try the slow-cooked brisket hash, hippie cakes, and meat waffle. While for lunch, enjoy favorites like the buttermilk fried chicken sandwich or veggie burger. Hazel's is open Tuesdays through Saturdays, 8 to 8, with a Sunday brunch from 8 to 2. Located off 29th and Johnson in Northeast Minneapolis. More at hazelsne2go.com. If you're craving barbecue, then don't drive too fast or you will miss Scott Jamama's Hot Barbecue, located at 3 West Diamond Lake Road in Minneapolis. Scott Jamama's offers mouth-watering baby back ribs, grilled chicken, and half-pound pulled pork sandwiches. The potato salad, spicy baked beans, and twice-baked potatoes should not be missed. More details at scottjamamas.com.
Ghost Stories and Beyond returns to Billy's in Anoka March 1st at 6:30 p.m. Join Char Savoy and myself, Greg Bakun, for a monthly in-person get-together as we share some paranormal stories that happened to us, but also listen to your stories. Share your stories of ghosts, UFOs, or Bigfoot. It's a fun night of listening to ghost stories. It's $10 a ticket to join in, and we'll see you March 1st at 6:30 p.m. at Billy's in Anoka.
2023 is here, and you can make it the year of the Eagle with the National Eagle Center. You and your family can enjoy exciting Eagle experiences, including field trips, private habitat tours, and exclusive behind-the-scenes tours. Meet live eagles up close, view bald eagles and golden eagles in the wild, and receive personal one-on-one education with dedicated and knowledgeable Eagle experts as you journey into the world of eagles like never before. Learn more and plan your unforgettable Eagle experience today at nationaleaglecenter.org/experiences.
Winter is here, and there's a good chance your home isn't being heated efficiently. And it's likely because of air sealing and insulation problems. Inadequate attic insulation is the leading contributor to high energy bills, cold rooms, and ice dams. Great news, the energy-efficient pros at Snap Construction can fix it all. Stop the heat from leaking out and save. Call 612-333-SNAP or visit snapconstruction.com for your free infrared energy inspection. Install with Snap Construction and qualify for over $750 in rebates and incentives. State and city programs are now offering 0% financing for qualifying insulation upgrades. So call Snap Construction for your free insulation energy consultation and start saving on your energy bills. Call 612-333-SNAP. That's 612-333-SNAP. Or visit snapconstruction.com. Snap Construction is arguably the most well-reviewed insulation and exterior contractor in the metro area. Visit snapconstruction.com.
I have to laugh. Linda Judd put a comment into the Facebook page, and she says, "Hey, Greg, when you just walked past the camera, I realized you must be about 6'4". not quite that tall, but I'm about a 6'1", I guess.
Taller than me.
Yeah,
I don't take much.
I didn't want to be that person. But I was going to be. But yeah, the camera's at an angle, so I think it might even make Adam look tall if he walked in here. So give you kind of you're a good 4'3" or something, right?
Thank you. I'm 4'4".
See, thank you for making my rip on you even more rippable. I appreciate that very much. That's very kind of you. Welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakun. Thank you for joining us. Our guest today is Psychic Medium DeEtte, and she is doing one-question readings for us today. If you want a reading, call in 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. If you're watching us on a Facebook page, please leave your question in the comments. Remember, we're going to keep it light. No questions regarding mediumship, please. Politics, medical, or legal. Also, if you want to contact DeEtte directly, you can go to DeEtteRanae.com or Facebook.com/DeEtte Ranae Psychic Medium. DeEtte, now we talked before the show, and it was, you didn't ask me to put in the no mediumship. I did, but you agree with that. And I think maybe just so people understand why we don't do mediumship during these type of programs.
Well, for myself, when people come in, because I'm also a medical intuitive. So people come in and they'll want a psychic question, which is really about their life, or medical intuitive, or mediumship. And those are all different levels of vibration. So if you think about going on a roller coaster ride, and that's what I do. If they change their questions from one thing from one genre to another, I'm essentially on a roller coaster ride, and it's exhausting. It really is exhausting.
Yeah. And we're not paying you enough for that. In fact, we're not paying you at all. So, I mean, there is that, which is funny enough, the exact amount I get paid. So,
there you go.
You're in good company.
Right. Well, mediumship also, if you think about it, the people on the other side, they have no filters. So they like to kind of say what they want to say. And I could be really putting some stuff out there people don't want to hear.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So that is why I've had a couple of questions about that. And this is no different than any other time I've seen this or we've done it ourselves. So it's just kind of what it is. But let's put it this way. If you want to have those type of questions, that's when you go to DeEtteRanae.com. That's DeETTE. A lot of duplicate letters here. Okay, it's hard. It really is hard. I've been on the phone. I've been talking to someone for 3 hours before this. Couldn't you have given me something a little bit easier here? Let's do this again. DeEtteRanae.com. And definitely go. I did say it right?
You said it beautifully.
Oh,
You
good.
did,
Okay,
honestly.
good.
I always know there's lots of E's and A's, but then I look at it, it's like, wow, there really is.
There really is. It's a cornucopia of D's and E's and A's and T's.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
let's do this to get the ball rolling. If and as host, I have this privilege to do so. May I get a reading, please?
You sure can. You sure can. So I'm going to let you know. I'm going to just kind of get into your energy. And this is what I do with everybody. I get in their energy and I kind of feel inside me what's going on with you. And you know what? Yeah, you have a lot going on because you've got my head spinning. And that might have to do with, the interview this morning. But I think there's a lot more also going on under the scenes that, you may not be like privy to tell people about, okay? But I feel like you got a lot of boxes in a row. So it's like you're very calm with everything that's going on. You're very calm with it all, but I do feel like you've got a hush mode going on. So I don't feel like you have that ability to talk about it right now. Like there's things just behind the scenes. You have to kind of keep your mouth shut, okay?
Yeah.
I do see that you do have things soaring for you, and it just all sounds like a shooting bolt just went flying in front of me. So I'm going to tell you, if you didn't think you were popular yet, it feels like you're going to get more popular because I just see the shooting star going up, over to my right. I want to tell you, almost be careful because I feel like you can lose yourself in this, as you're getting up and going because it feels like it's going to happen rather fast.
I'm going to say, I'm just
you
going to
also
say,
need to take some more time for yourself, Greg.
do I? Do I?
Yeah, you do. All of a sudden, it just made me stop and breathe, and it watched me take you. You were going for a walk, and you stopped, and you went, and you started to turn around. I'm like, no, keep going for the walk. They're like, you need to start taking a walk. Doing more for yourself.
Yeah, you've seen pictures of me being obese. I get it. So, but you're right. No, and I'm being very honest though. Talking about doing the walks, talking about taking better care of myself has definitely been like I have to do this because. I'll be honest, DeEtte, I feel like this year is a changing year for me on a lot of different levels.
It is.
And I'm using my own abilities to kind of feel that, to be honest. And it's not going to do any good if I am not healthy in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. This is all about you, balance and moderation, because this really is your year. And I don't know, everybody's got psychic ability. And you know that as well. I mean, everybody does. We're born with it. So I'd be BSing people if I said, oh my God, you've got abilities, because you do. But you have a lot more coming in. I feel like it's coming in more. You know what I mean? Just, you're already around it, everything else, but more is coming in. And again, this is your year for that, but you have to find balance, because I have a feeling you're going to want to get on that train that just, of all the stuff you need to get done or you want to do, but you have to balance it with yourself too.
I first of all, I very much appreciate this. I feel very much like that is definitely the case. And I love it. And my abilities are coming in. Like I could tell you right now, like what Adam thinks of me. And because it's FCC, we can't really say, but it is what it is. All joking aside, that is super helpful. Thank you so much for that. You ready for another one?
I sure am.
Actually, why don't we do this? We don't go to break quite yet because we're about 2 minutes out, even though once again, Adam has hidden the clock from me. I don't think he likes me all that much today. But the thing is, we're going to be appearing together at an event on April 22nd over at Broadhead Manor.
Oh, yes, we are. I can't wait for that. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
Excited for that.
I know. I mean, well, you got so much going on, but I mean, it's Schooled in Spirit. What is
Spirits in the Spring?
Thank you. Wow.
Spirits in the Spring.
Wow, we're two of a kind here, aren't we? That's going to be amazing. Nick Sarlo, who is going to be on my show in late March to talk more about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Broadhead, I've not investigated myself. So
it's an incredible build. It's an incredible building, and Broadhead is actually considered one of the #1 haunted areas in Wisconsin.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it is. It's an amazing location. It's for me, it's nice because it's like 5 minutes down the road.
Well,
versus 5 hours.
That I'm going to have to drive. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Let's do this. When we come back, we're going to, we have some more readings lined up, but it's plenty of time for more. And we're going to do those readings with Psychic Medium DeEtte. Get your questions in. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Hi, I'm Peter Solak.
And I'm Adam Ostrowski.
We are here at Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces to talk about the joy of live fire cooking. Cooking over a live fire is the oldest and most basic form of cooking.
What's new is in the way fire is handled and its heat is managed.
It's easier to experience and enjoy the smell and taste of food cooked over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces sells and installs live fire grills, fire pits, and ovens. Let us help you experience the smell, the taste, the fun of cooking with fire.
Pizza was first made and is still best made in an open fire oven. The radiant and conductive heat of a live fire is unmatched for wood roasting and baking artisan breads too.
Come see the many ways you can cook over a live fire.
Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces has over 35 working wood and gas units on display at the corner of East Franklin and Riverside Avenue in Minneapolis. More information at woodlandstoves.com. Find the fire that works for you. Woodland Stoves and Fireplaces, out of the ordinary products and services since 1977.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with metamorphosisconnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Habitation presents a radio drama. To buy or not to buy, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler to compromise and live with a sectional that doth not fit my space, or to take up arms against a sea of mediocrity, and by opposing it, to rest, to be comfortable, to enjoy the space that is my home. Hi, this is Gregory Rich, owner of Habitation Design and host of Drink in the Style. I'd like to personally invite you to our new showroom located in the District at Edina, 7777 Washington Avenue South. Habitation, put some drama into your interior design.
Now, more than ever, we are being faced daily with the topic of human mortality, and for many people, estate planning has been top of mind. Getting your estate planning done now can be easy and cost-effective. Schroman Law offers virtual options for initial consultations so that new clients can safely initiate the process. With many facing uncertain financial situations, Schroman Law also offers affordable fees for legal documents. Learn more at schromanlaw.com. That's SCHROMEN law.com.
How is it that we're in the third segment already? Boy, this is moving pretty quickly. We got to get to some questions here, I think, Adam, before it's all over.
Yeah, but it always flies like this when we have a good guest.
That's well. Look at him buttering up. I like it. Before we get back to DeEtte, I just want to quickly remind people: Ghost Stories and Beyond returns to Billy's in Anoka March 1st at 6:30 p.m. Join Char Savoy and myself for our monthly in-person get-together as we share some paranormal stories that's happened to us, but also listen to your stories, share your stories of ghosts, UFOs, or Bigfoot. It's a fun night of listening to ghost stories. Plus, they have booze. They have a full bar there. I mean, that's what brings me out every month. It's $10 a ticket to join in the fun. That doesn't cover the food or drinks, but Billy's has been such a good partner to us in Anoka. They have amazing food, good wait staff. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please, I hope to see you out at Billy's March 1st at 6:30 p.m. for Ghost Stories and Beyond. Now, also, if you missed GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun Live, AM 950 replays these episodes Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Or you can listen anytime by going to Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, really anywhere that you go and listen to such podcasts. After listening, please leave a positive review for my show. I would greatly appreciate it. Our guest today is Psychic Medium DeEtte, and she is doing one-question readings for us today. If you want a reading, call in 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. Or if you're watching on a Facebook page, please leave your questions in the comments. Remember, let's keep questions light. No questions regarding mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. And if you want to contact DeEtte for any of those, or if you want to ask something a little bit deeper, go to DeEtteRanae.com or Facebook.com/DeEtte Ranae Psychic Medium. If you haven't done so already, please go to her Facebook page and like it and follow her. I'd personally consider that a great favor. DeEtte, let's get to some readings. How about that?
Oh, perfect. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Thank you very much. Pamela is asking, I lost her. I think she wants a general reading. Could Pamela get a general reading from you, please?
She sure can. Well, Pamela, right off the bat, I want to tell you, I feel like you're a person that really kind of gets in your head, gets in your mind. You like thought process, thought over and over again. And I feel like sometimes you have a little bit of difficulty maybe expressing exactly what you want to think or what you want to say or what you want to do. It just feels like sometimes they don't always work together. And I feel like you have a lot of stuff in your heart that you want to do, a lot of passions you want to do. And I feel like you felt stuck for quite some time. And I feel like this is the time for you to almost rip that shield off that you've placed across yourself and to really be able to step into the person of who you are. This is your time to shine, darling. Okay. This is your time to shine. Thank you. And I'm also feeling that with this, it's looking more into positivity, more positivity about yourself, positive about your outcome, knowing that you can do this, that you've got the distance to travel in this. I don't know how to explain that, but you're able to kind of get up and go with the distance. And because I feel like sometimes you feel like shortcomings happen to you. And I know that sounds general for a lot of people, but I feel like sometimes you look at that within your own life. And I feel like, you know what, you need to kind of look in the mirror and tell yourself you're a rock star and kind of get up and just go into that avenue, go into that aspect of yourself. Okay. Because I feel like I keep hearing that you have a lot to say and you need to be heard.
That is
not sure if that helps or makes sense, but
it would. And everyone, if you want to put feedback, if you feel comfortable, put Pam or anyone else. I'm guessing you'd love to have feedback if you're on the right road and stuff, right? So
yeah.
I was going to ask you, because you talked about, it's a good year for her as well. Do you feel like that's kind of a general consensus to a lot of people after the last few years?
It really is. And that's the weird thing is, you know what, I'll tell you what, for the last 3 years, all I've heard in my head were people being stuck, people not going forward, people, just people having obstacle after obstacle. And this year, something's happened the last 3 weeks, and it just feels like everybody's getting kind of unplugged or unstuck, and they're just going, I'm going to be this person. Like, life is too short. And I don't know if it has something to do with the pandemic and being kind of trapped up for a few years and this last year of coming out of it or what's going on. But I'll tell you what, there's not too many people. I have not said that this is not their year. This is their year to rock, to shine, for everything they've been thinking about, just going, I'm going to do this, and going forward with that.
And so, folks, take note, take advantage of it, and something else that you said.
The lottery.
Exactly, right? And something else you said to Pamela, which I thought was very important, is don't forget to take time to say that you're doing a good job to yourself, that you're, it kind of falls into something that Shar, who guest hosts this show a number of times for me when I'm not able to. And one thing that she had taught me, which I'm surprised it took many years to finally kind of do this, is waking up every morning and just saying 5 things that you're grateful for. And just the idea of being grateful and being okay to put yourself first and, be what you're grateful for, but also what you are rocking it at. And I think that those are really important things to do.
Well, they really are, especially when, especially if you're a person that doesn't necessarily feel like you've had a voice or you didn't feel like you were important enough to speak. So it's really important for you to look in that mirror and say, hey, this is who I am, and my voice matters.
Exactly.
Because those are the people that are going to come out and just really rock it this next year.
Right. And they'll surprise themselves, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, huge. I mean, and I think Pamela is one of those people that, what I say today isn't going to mean a whole lot, but in a year from now, when she looks back, she goes, oh my gosh, look at who I've become in the last year, and all that she's done is going to be huge for her.
And I look forward to seeing that. I know Pam, and she's such a kind and good person who has, I know some of her aspirations and stuff. So I'm excited to see what happens to her. And Linda, I see that you have a question there. Linda, do you mind asking something that's not medical, please? But please put something in there, general or whatever else, and I'll be happy to make sure that we get you in. We go to Debbie, and she just asks you, will things start getting better for me soon?
Yeah, Debbie, I'm going to tell you, I'm hearing it's right around the corner. With you, Debbie, I feel like I want to, I don't want to say shut down, but I feel like my whole brain, my mind, everything, I feel like I'm kind of getting down, kind of not totally depressed, but just down a little bit, not quite speaking a little bit. And I feel like it's almost like, it's been one thing after another. I just feel like I'm getting this lash of obstacles, or this lash of things, just like, when am I ever going to get a break? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, I feel like it's right around the corner, because I'm starting to see some sun shine through to you. And it's really cool, because the way it's doing is like the heavens are opening up, and just this sparkling light is coming down. And I know it's from the sun coming down. All you have to do is look up and see it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm hearing it's also a change of attitude. And I know that always sounds bad when I say that to a grown adult, but it's changing the way you're seeing things a little bit. So kind of know that things are going to start getting better for you, but change the way you see things, how you observe things a little bit. Put that little bit of a positive twist on it. And I feel like you're going to climb yourself right out of where you've been, and kind of dust yourself off and keep walking away from it.
Do you happen to have any tips? Because first thing that I'm thinking of, like, even when I'm talking about, you do your 5 grateful things a day, that's so easy to do when things are going your way. When they're not, it's so easy to start in your mind piling up the things that are going wrong. Do you happen to have any tips on how to stay positive in light of some really horrible things happening?
Yes, control your ego. I preach that to people. And what I mean by that is because your ego really is your thoughts, your ideas of your own creation of life. And it's the self-talk in your mind. Okay. And I will tell you what, self-talk in our mind tends to be negative. It doesn't tend to be positive. It tends to be the opposite. So you need to learn to tell it to hush. You need to learn to tell it to, as soon as you start to recognize that you're in the self-talk mode, to shush it, tell it to give it a name, tell it, Ginger, shush, I don't want to hear from you today, Ginger, whatever it is. And learn to quiet that aspect of your mind, because once you start to quiet the ego, you're going to realize you just get, one, there's peace. It's peace in your mind. Okay. The other thing is you can start to incorporate more positive, I can do it type scenario.
Yeah.
Which is night and day.
I call mine Patrick. No, I don't. I did Patrick. I could hear the laughter in the other
Mine's
studio.
Little Debbie.
This is not soundproof.
Little Debbie years and years ago.
Patrick is one of the other producers of the show, who's amazing, and he's not here. So of course I'm like, I call him Patrick 950.
There you go.
So
I love it.
Just circle back real fast. Pamela says that what you said resonates very much. She said that this has been a year of living and growing her passion. So
awesome.
it's really cool. And it's really nice to see people living their, they're making their passions work. And we live in a time in our lives, I think, where that is no longer looked at as being selfish. And I think at one point it was selfish, I think, at least perceived as such. Right. And now it's not.
Yeah. So. And that's just, and people don't realize that, great inventors, we got everything we got by great inventors because they had a passion and they moved forward with it, and they did it selflessly.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to look at yourself in the same aspect.
Let's see. We have about 3 minutes to break, or actually about 2 minutes to break.
Okay.
Should we want to try to put one more in, or do we want to talk about?
Why not?
Or we could talk about Paraflix real fast.
Oh, we can do that. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Why don't we talk about that? Because Paraflix is a streaming service, just like Discovery Plus, just like Netflix, all these other places, but it's only streaming paranormal shows, and they're shows that are made by paranormal investigators. They're not just shows, they're talk shows, they're all sorts of great creative endeavors, all these people putting their love of this community together, and they're streamed, and it's run by Patty Negri and Natalie Jones, and Mike Hatcher is a big, huge part of it. And you've appeared on a couple things there, right?
I have. I've been very blessed. I've been with the Ghost Finders, which is Rob Thompson, Dan Klaus, Steve Dills, Melody, Megan, oh my God, Heather Bordlin. Just an amazing cast. And they are the longest running streaming paranormal investigation show. They were Roku's #1 channel stream show for a long time. And I have been blessed to be on 2 of their episodes of season 11. One was Sweet Springs, where I was, they called me through Zoom, and we had a Zoom meeting. And then I was also at Henricus. So very blessed to be part of that. I've also been blessed to be part of the Shadow Hunters, which is Nick Sarlo. I'm an honorary member of their group. And Mike Hatcher and I have Unfiltered together. So I'm super blessed with Paraflix.
So I believe if you want to check out Paraflix, you can definitely find them on Facebook. It's Paraflix, more duplicate letters, and then also paraflix.com, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's $3.99 a month to join. It's really, for what's out there, it's nothing in terms of money, and it's worth it.
It is, and it's all paranormal, so it's phenomenal.
And that also includes music and other. I mean, it's just all sorts of things. And before we head off to break, real fast, Debbie says, "Thank you very much for your right. You're right, one thing after another." So you are.
Oh, thank you, Debbie.
You are hitting it today. Well,
I try to keep it general on the radio, but specific enough so somebody can understand it, because nobody wants their stuff aired, even though they're asking for a reading.
Absolutely. Let's do this. Let's take our last break. When we come back, let's finish our 1-question readings with Psychic Medium DeEtte, and get your questions in. We have a couple people up on deck. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
Ghost Stories and Beyond returns to Billy's in Anoka March 1st at 6:30 p.m. Join Char Savoy and myself, Greg Bakun, for a monthly in-person get-together as we share some paranormal stories that happened to us, but also listen to your stories. Share your stories of ghosts, UFOs, or Bigfoot. It's a fun night of listening to ghost stories. It's $10 a ticket to join in, and we'll see you March 1st at 6:30 p.m. at Billy's in Anoka.
Hey, it's Patrick. February is the month for love, but when was the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it really deserves? If your carpet hasn't been professionally cleaned, you are breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dirt, dander, bacteria, and germs that keep recirculating again and again. And what's worse, you're going to be stuck inside breathing that nasty stuff for months. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love for you and your home with their Love Your Rug special. Get 3 rooms, 0 resified from the Twin Cities' #1 carpet cleaner starting at just $119. Plus, this month only, they are throwing in a free hallway to sweeten the deal. But hurry, this deal won't last long. And because love has no limits, Zero Res is going to take $75 off your air duct cleaning. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res right now, 952-0-RES, or go online at ZeroResMinnesota.com and say you want the AM 950 special. Zero Res.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067, or ArrayInsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
And I would, as always, like to thank Char Savoy for being a partner and sponsor with Metamorphosis Connections. Please go to metamorphosisconnections.com to see all the local practitioners for anything spirituality, or if you want Reiki or whatever else you are looking for. It's a fantastic tool to find what you're looking for. You can get as shallow into looking or as deep as you want. Please make sure you go there. And also, please go and like their page, Sinner Essence, which is different than Metamorphosis Connection. But we've been talking about this. This is the place that Shar and Sandy have opened in Anoka, and they are offering a lot of fantastic services there as well. That's Sinner Essence, and go find that on Facebook, please. Next week on GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun, we're going to have on psychic medium Cindy Kaza, who you have seen on such shows as Travel Channel's Holzer Files and also Steve Shippey. We're going to be talking about their new Discovery Plus shock doc, Michigan Hell House, which is currently streaming on Discovery Plus. So if you haven't watched it yet, make sure you do so we can talk about it. This is not an episode to miss. We talked about Paraflix, and also if you haven't joined Discovery Plus, you have 2 streaming services now that you can join. For our final segment, we return to our guest today, Psychic Medium DeEtte, and she's doing one-question readings for us. If you want a reading, we have a little bit of time. We have some people that we need to get to. You can call in at 952-946-6205. That is 952-946-6205. And if you're watching us on Facebook, please leave your question in the comments. And remember, we're keeping questions light. No questions regarding mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. Also, if you want to contact DeEtte directly, please go to DeEtteRanae.com or Facebook.com/DeEtte Ranae Psychic Medium. And you're gonna really benefit from doing so. So DeEtte, we're already in the final segment. That's a fast moving hour, isn't it?
It is. Wow, it's been crazy.
It has been crazy. Hopefully enjoyable. I mean, I'm not here to say that. So we have about 5 minutes left, so we can try to get a couple in here real fast. We have Linda on here, and she was looking for a general reading too, please.
Okay. Linda. Wow. Linda's come a long way. I want to say that right off the bat. Linda feels like she's come a long way because Linda makes me almost want to giggle, laugh in so many ways. But I keep wanting to look behind me like, God, look how far I've come, and I've left those people behind me. Like left these situations, left these people behind me. And like she's finally found herself and she's starting to move forward, okay? But the last thing, Linda, you need to do is just kind of shrug that shoulder forward and start to own this. Own who you've become, own who you are. And then take those steps to keep moving forward, okay? Because I feel like you've got a lot behind you. Like you've done a lot of healing, you've done a lot of progression, you've taken the stinky stuff of life and you've got it behind you, which is awesome. But now you need to learn to leave it there and start moving forward even faster. Because I feel like you have more of an upbeat. I feel like you understand the word joy now and how that feels. And there's this fun giggling sensation about you, which tells me that you're learning about the zest of life. You're learning about the joys of life. And you've got a lot better future to look forward towards than you do the past.
That's fantastic. That I don't think anyone who could be annoyed by that reading. It sounds very positive. That's great.
Well, we try to keep them positive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even if it seems negative, you really want it. You know, who wants a negative reading?
Right.
You know.
So I don't ever have to worry about. I'll say a name and you'd be like, "Ooh, let's not talk about them right now."
No. Well, you know, sometimes they'll get that. Ooh, I just don't. You know, they feel like they're depressed or something. But even then, it's just kind of help twist it around to help somebody out, because that's what a reading is supposed to be about. You know.
Right. Absolutely. How about we have Annette, and she was hoping for a general reading as well, please.
Okay, Annette, you have got a lot going out right in front of you, Miss Annette, and I feel like it's right. It's as soon as I say your name, it just drops into my heart center with you, which tells me you're doing a lot of healing right now. You're doing a lot of healing, a lot of finding yourself, a lot of self-discovery. And I feel like that through your throat chakra. And your throat chakra is just your ability to communicate. And your communication is really about you, finding who you are, and then moving forward with this. I feel like you might be in that change of life. I'm not going to tell you it's a change of life age, because you know what? That age is just doesn't matter anymore. Okay. People are doing it at 20. Some people are doing it at 60. But you're in that change of life where it's like, you know, what's important to me? And then moving forward towards that. I do feel like sometimes you get to be like a little bit of a downer on yourself, because I'm hearing Debbie Downer on yourself. And I feel like that you just kind of got to pull that back. And again, just like we talked with, I believe it was Pam in the beginning, looking in the mirror, knowing that you're a positive person, knowing that there's so much you're ready to overcome and you're ready to do. But I do feel like you're in that space of gaining who you are and taking those steps forward to walk in your own passion, walking into who you truly are, and you know you are.
That's really great. And then Linda says that it was fantastic. I do find things are true. Thanks. And I also find humor a lot. So it sounds like that resonated well with her during what part of what you're talking about. Annette was saying very much so. So it seems like that works. As we just have a couple minutes left, I'm wondering if we can just briefly talk about the radio show a little bit and talk about how they can find you on the radio show. Because you have two shows. You have Schooled Through Spirit, and then you have Unfiltered.
Yes. Schooled Through Spirit is a Monday morning show, and it runs from 9 to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. You can find it on the website, because it's a digital radio show. Both of them are WLTKDB.com, or you can find it also on Facebook, the same URL, WLTKDB.com. That show is really where I talk to different people of different modalities of spirituality, or just different aspects of life, how spirit has really kind of touched their lives or how to transform their life, which really just people sharing their stories, which is just incredible. It's incredible how it's touching so many people. It's literally in a 3-month period of time, it was 110,000 downloads all over the UK instantly. It was amazing. And then I also have Unfiltered with DeEtte and Mike. And that show originally started as just a purely reading show, me getting on and rapid fire readings as fast as I could. And Mike Hatcher and I decided to join forces, and now it's called Unfiltered. Unbleep Your Life. I'm just going to say that, where I come in and do readings, and Mike does the life coaching aspect of it. And it's just, again, any way that we can help people kind of move forward, give that, unseen reading that, I do. And then Mike comes in for the tail half and just does the life coaching based on what I've said.
So once again,
so incredible.
If you want to reach out to DeEtte, go to DeEtteRanae.com. Otherwise, Facebook.com/DeEtte Ranae Psychic Medium. DeEtte, thank you so very much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so appreciative and honored. Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll be back next week with Cindy Kaza and Steve Shippey.
Hi, this is Ken Hageland, host of Living Healthy and Aging Well, inviting you to listen